funny shaped bread.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
And we left.
I didn't find any.
Hello
Okay. Yeah. Hey,
to all
hey
of you.
everyone. All
Hello,
of you.
internet.
I really hope that I won't barf on
On stream. Like
That
no,
would be
on stream.
that's
fantastic.
well
Yeah.
that might bring us more viewers. And maybe that's the kind we want.
Yeah,
Sure,
right.
hey.
The puking DM show.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I really hope that I'll be fine. So, previously we had a lot going on. Again, I had a rough time summarizing it all, but I hope that um, I made a good job out of it. So, in the last episode, you met the Tritons who stormed the warehouse while Zunis was investigating it. Their names were Dion and Cyrus. Apparently, they were on a mission to locate very special vessel, a submarine called the Notorious, who vanished along with a renegade Triton general named Kamal. Um, the Tritons believe General Kamal found something when he delved deep under the sea where no Triton has gone before. And as a result, his ship and he himself got infected with some sort of pure evil, giving them both psionic abilities. There are rumors of a storm giant citadel cursed and forgotten deep within deep under the sea. And it seems like the coins Zunis took from the warehouse originate from that cursed castle. And basically, the Tritons try to enlist Zunis to their cause. They want to use the coins to locate the submarine, but were suspicious and decided to investigate further before talking to them. So you retired for the night. The next morning, you discover that the Zentarim are somehow involved, um, searching for relics belonging to the ancient empire of Ostoria. It is a giant empire. And you found out that Armage, the Dragonborn shopkeeper Elin consulted with about those relics, was found dead. And the warehouse that you investigated is well, it was proclaimed to be demolished or something like that in order to build a new mercantile quarter in the area. So obviously, someone is trying to cover things up. Um, you basically you suspect that the city nobility is somehow involved. Maybe they are under the influence of mind-eating creatures like the ones you've encountered. Um, so you decided to go to Jolly and see what he's been up to, and you found him at the Oak's Father Temple, and you learned that he's deeply worried about the recent giant activity. He believes that they are after an artifact called the Ring of Winter, and he was somehow involved um, with this artifact. It was in the possession of a good friend of him, an adventurer known as Artist Simber. Um, this artist vanished years ago, leaving his son under the care of Jolly. And Jolly simply took this young boy and hid him in Breen Shander, which is a settlement very, very far to the north, where no one would recognize him or seek him. And Jolly told you that the child's blood can be used to trace the ring, um, as as the ring has somehow bonded to Artus Simber's bloodline. Um, so Jolly knows this child is alive. Obviously now it isn't a child anymore, but he isn't a child anymore. Uh, but the magic he used on the child prevents any further divination or detection. So this was his way of making sure this child would never be found. You decided to head north and locate the Tiefling archaeologist to see what the Zentarim are up to. You have his name, Tarkus, and you have a map Armage gave you to locate the ruins he is investigating. Uh, so you decided to take a detour through the markets to basically restock, and then you were attacked. Each, you kind of split the party. Each went to his own business, and then you were attacked. The only sign before the attack was several flying snakes that you have witnessed that maybe caught your eyes. Then the attack came. So let's start this session with initiative rolls.
I got 23.
So
nice.
And I believe most of us were actually surprised by this.
yes,
I can't
Some of us
remember. Yeah, I think, was it Brian that was the only one that actually noticed this, or was that?
No,
thought that was
me,
another
me
person.
too.
Yeah.
Quarren was also aware of it.
Okay, so Quarian 23.
Sorry.
Oh, I
I
think
need you
I
to tell me
crit
the
19.
numbers because I'm not watching the roll 20 screen.
19 for me.
19 for Zunis,
I rolled a
13 for
9.
Jekin.
9 for Forgar. How much for Jackins?
13.
Okay,
21.
21. And I'm missing one. No, I'm not missing anyone. Okay. So, Quarian.
Yep.
So I think you weren't surprised, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So all you see is someone, a figure, dressed in wraps and leathers. You don't see any face. There's a kind of a hood or a cowl hiding the head, and this cloth hiding anything but his or its eyes. And you see a curved dagger kind of headed your way. It's in the market. The place is full of people. It's morning, and yet this attack.
All right. So we're kind of surrounded with people, right? So if I try to shove him with a spell, I'm going to shove a lot of people with him.
Yes, and also you should now take notice of the fact that spell casting inside a city is, it's kind of scorned. So you can do it. There's no law against it, but as long as
Okay.
you don't burn down the streets.
All right. I think I'm going to use Phantasmal. No. I'm going to do Heat Metal on the dagger.
Okay, cool. So what do you need to do?
All right. The object is going hot. He takes physical damage of 2d8 fire with a cast spell until the spell ends. Wait,
Okay.
I'm trying to see if there's like a saving throw in there or anything like that.
Great.
Oh,
In the meantime,
if-
Elithir, nothing. So he just takes that damage.
oh, yeah, he has to succeed on a Constitution saving throw
Okay.
with DC 13, or otherwise he has to drop the dagger too.
Ooh, first 20. First roll 20. So
So he
he
gets
manages to hold on to the dagger. So he takes some damage.
10 damage.
Okay. 10 damage.
And it has
So-
disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Okay, so
Oh, no, actually,
surprisingly enough, you don't hear him say anything. The only evidence of the blade getting hotter is that it turns dull red in color, but this guy or gal still holds to it, which is
Okay.
surprising. Okay, Elithir, not sure if you're surprised or not.
No. So I'm by myself, right?
Yes.
none of my allies. And where am I? Like, what are my surroundings?
So you are in the market, a road, street full of people, alleys, sorry, and shops and carts, and people going by. This attack, came from nowhere, basically, just a knife.
So, but it is public, right? There's lots
Yes.
of people around.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I will cast as a bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And can I make some sort of intelligence check or something to determine if this is a human or an elf?
Yes.
Ooh, 17.
So with a 17, you realize this isn't a human or an elf.
Okay.
Definitely not a human. It's some sort of a creature, but all that you manage to see is yellow eyes and
Hmm.
a heavy brow. So you're not
Okay.
sure, but not human.
All right. Well, then draw my daggers and attack.
Okay, go for it.
13 with my primary and 17 with my offhand.
So none of those go in. So you basically
We in trouble,
manage
yo.
to hit this creature,
Mhm.
but underneath the cloths that surround him, your daggers hit iron, like ting ting. So obviously armored.
All right.
Yes. Okay. So at this point, Quarian, the assassin that you face, basically turns around, removes something from a hidden pocket, and you don't see what it is, but then something flies towards you, and it follows it with his dagger's attack.
Okay.
So the first attack hits AC. So the flying object, you manage to simply dodge it. You kind of lean to one side, and you can hear someone behind you, like starts to kind of choke.
Okay.
The dagger hits armor class 14.
No, it missed me.
Okay, so you see the red dull blade kind of whoosh next to you, but you manage to avoid it. Arethyr, same thing. The
By the
creature.
way,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He has this. He does have a disadvantage on his attacks.
Okay, so let me know again when I
Okay.
roll. Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember. I'll try. I'll write it down.
Mhm.
Disadvantage. So Elithir, this creature kind of groans as you stick your daggers in his body. Obviously, they were stopped by something made of iron, and then he follows with an attack. And natural 20 again.
Shit.
So that means double damage, right? So that
Got my
means
backup character.
that 7 plus 8, which is a 15 plus 2. So 17 points of damage total.
Ugh. Okay.
So he simply kind of draws very near to you, kind of hugs you, and then shoves the dagger as hard as possible into an opening in your armor. Jackins, Forgar, and Zunis, none of you saw the attack, right?
Nope.
I
Okay.
don't think so.
So
Not as far as I remember, at least.
okay. So you simply feel the burning cold sensation of a blade on your skin. Jackins, so he has an advantage. So he hits AC 13.
Oh, that's actually a miss.
A miss. So you kind of, in the last minute, you hear the rustle of his clothes. So you simply dodge out of the way, and then you face this creature. Forgar hits AC. That's 17.
That hits.
That hits. Okay. So that's 7 points of damage from his dagger.
All right.
Slashing damage. And Zunis, a natural 1. Wait, but I have advantage. Oh, I can't believe it. Another 20.
Oh, another 20.
Oh, he got it out for us.
Yeah.
Okay. GPK, he wanted to end early tonight. So that's
So
10-minute session. That's it.
12 points of damage from an unforeseen attack. Simply, 13, 30 centimeters of steel kind of sliding into your body. Okay, so now we're at Zunis.
Okay, so as I feel a blade stab me from behind, I will turn into an ape and I will grab him by the arm that just stabbed me, and I try to throw him over my shoulder. So what I'm trying to do is I grapple him. As an ape.
So transforming into an animal, is it bonus action?
Yep,
or
it is.
Okay, great. So you kind of explode into this big ape.
24.
I'll be back in a minute.
What?
24 on the strength grapple check.
24. Amazing. So he rolled a 2. So you managed to grapple him, which is amazing. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. I'm just holding him for now.
Great. Jackins.
Yes. Is there any alley or something nearby that I can duck into?
Yes,
Like,
of course.
Yeah, like within 30 feet.
Yes.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I'll disengage.
Okay.
And
so
then I'll run into an alley, and as soon as I'm in there, I'll cast Disguise Self.
Okay, cool.
So I
So-
look like a beggar now. And then
Great.
just sit down, like leaning up against the wall. Looking like
That
a
looks
beggar.
so different.
Yeah, and look completely different, like a middle-aged man.
Different kind of beggar.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
not your
Hey.
Hey.
So he tries to follow with an attack, and you simply dodge it and kind of vanish. So you can see him standing there. He immediately pockets his dagger as he looks to the left and to the right. He obviously doesn't see you. So he is wrapping himself with his cloak and clothes and simply walks down the street searching for you. But he is heading obviously the wrong way.
Yeah, good.
Okay, Forgar.
So I'm also in the market.
Yes.
I think what I'd do is, as a bonus action, cast Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and hit him with my war pick and hope that I hit so that strike happens. 17.
17 doesn't hit. You hit him, but then you feel like something metallic is hidden under his robes and leathers.
Alright, well, I guess the Ensnaring Strike doesn't happen this turn then.
Okay. So we're back to Quarian.
Sorry, where are we?
Quarian. So is this creature taking damage on your turn or on his turn? You're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, he's gonna take damage again on my.
You're muted again. Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Okay. So you got 6 fire damage,
Okay. So in this case, yeah, I'm listening.
and in addition, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whisper on him. He needs to pass a Wisdom saving throw DC 13.
Failed.
All right, so he gets 3d6 psychic damage, which
Okay.
is 14 damage. and he needs to use his reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay, so but with 14 damage, psychic damage, and the additional 6 from the fire, this creature, you can see blood coming out of his eyes, and the yellowish, orangish glow kind of flickers, and then he simply topples down in the middle of the street, and kind of people around you starts to scream, and he's dead, and what happened, and etc.
I act like I'm trying to help him, and
Okay.
I just try to investigate what this creature was. I take off the hood to see what he is.
So as you take off the hood, what you see is very strange. You can see pointed ears, a leathery brown skin, yellowish eyes, and long, straight hair. Think of a samurai do, like
Mhm.
collected here, and so obviously not human. Pointed fingernails, and if you kind of remove some of his clothes, you can see that he is well armored. On his well, it depends how much time you investigate. You kind of invest in removing his clothes and etc. Let me know.
I'm gonna spend like another round just to see if I can find his dagger or any insignia on him.
Okay.
And after that, I'm just going to get up, say that he fell, somebody get help, and try to, disappear inside the crowd.
Okay. So as you kind of look at him and investigate his body, more people kind of kneel right next to you. You reveal on his shoulder there's a metallic plate with the drawing or mark of a wolf. And someone next to you whispers, "He's the Klaus Lunak."
Cross what?
Klaus Lunak.
Klaus Lunak. What is that? I ask him.
This man says, a well-trained assassin. Who did he attack? I don't see any other corpse here.
I don't know. I don't know. I just was just around here and he just dropped. I don't know what. He's an assassin.
Yes,
I act all frightened and
a
then try to
hobgoblin,
disappear.
a hobgoblin assassin.
Okay, I try to look as frightened as I can, and I just try to disappear.
Okay, so this guy starts calling for the city watch. Guards, guards!
Okay, I'm
And people kind of back off from the corpse.
all right. I'm going to see if I can go find one of my friends. One of the friends over there.
Okay, great. Elithir.
Okay. It's time to get out of here. I'm going to cast jump on myself. And how tall are the buildings here before I do that?
2 stories, and they have kind of ropes with laundry connected.
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna cast jump. I'm gonna run, take the risk on the attack, and I'm gonna try and leap as well. I can leap 12 feet with jump from a
Okay.
standing high jump.
So
And
his
up
attack.
on-
Okay, so his attack hits AC 8 or so. So you're
Is
safe.
so I'm assuming I'm not gonna make it all the way up with 12 feet, so I'm gonna have to make some sort of athletics check,
Okay.
which is only a 7.
Okay, so
Awesome.
you jump and kind of land on one of the balconies on the first floor, and you kind of claw and climb your way up. Surprisingly enough, if you sneak a glance toward him, he pockets his knife and then prepares to jump right after you.
Oh, it's
Amazingly enough, he does that by simply jumping, not a very big jump, landing his 2 feet on the wall, and then kind of walk on the wall towards you. So
like magic,
like
not
magic,
parkour.
no, like ninja magic. Um, so, but
We're in a
you
Hong
didn't.
Kong movie. It's fine.
Yeah. Crouching tiger style. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And out of sync. Never mind.
That's only the dub versions. If it's original language,
Exactly.
it's fine.
I prefer my in subtitled.
So, okay. So he's chasing you right now, but you made a jump. Do you want anything else you want to do? can do.
Run like hell.
Okay. So
I move at 35 and I can jump triple, so I'm going as far and as fast as I can.
okay. So you basically make progress. He lands on the same porch that you do. He draws something from pocket, and then you hear something whizzing towards you.
Mhm.
This thing hits AC 14.
Miss. Well, bounce
So-
off my armor.
So let's make it kind of crash into the wall, so you can hear like. And when you look, you can see these are like metallic triangles with curved edges that were flying towards you.
Drawing
Ninjas.
stairs. Perfect.
Yeah.
Hobgoblin ninjas with metal armor.
Yeah.
No problem.
Zunis, the one you are grappling is trying something. So obviously he can't move, and I don't think he can attack you. I'm not sure.
I think he can
Pretty sure
only
they
use
can.
his action
Okay.
to escape. 1 second, I have the condition here somewhere. Grappled, speed becomes 0. Condition ends if an effect removes grappled. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, where is it?
Okay, but never mind. He stays in his place. He takes something out of his pocket and snaps it on the floor, and then this billowing smoke and a fume cloud kind of engulfs the two of you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as this fume kind of burns through your nostrils.
Yeah, how much Constitution and APAS? Of hopefully a lot.
Tons. You're good.
Tons. 14. 4.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. It's fine.
Nailed it.
Yes. So you take 10 points of poison gas damage as it kind of burns your nostrils. And your eyes start to water and your nose start to ache. You have trouble breathing. So as long as you stay in this fumey area, this effect will go on. Now, people around you start to kind of inhale this gas and start to scream, "What's going on?" and magic, and all those cries and shrieks all around you. Okay, so Jack Hins, the creature who stalked you simply disappears
If possible, I would like to try to follow him, whatever it is.
Okay, so on your turn, I'll ask you to roll perception. Forgar, you're still kind of fighting with one of them.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was close.
Oh,
He simply looks at you with his yellowish eyes and charge, hitting AC 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
No problem.
Just barely though, you know?
Okay, so fortunately, he just scratches you for 3 points of damage.
Right on.
Yeah. So at this point, people around you kind of realize you two are fighting.
Yeah.
And they start to also shout for the guards.
Cool.
Yes, indeed, cool. So we are at with you, Forgar. What do you want? Sorry, Zunis. What do you want to do?
I move out of the cloud of poison gas and look around, see if I can see him running away.
So you're still grappling him.
Oh, I still got
Um,
him. Oh.
Yes. But
Um,
if you want to move out, you either need to kind of drag him with you or leave him.
Yeah, it says I can move at half speed if I grapple someone. So yeah, I first step out of the cloud and look around if I can see any of my friends around.
Okay, so no, but you do hear shouts all around the market. This column of gas kind of billows in the wind, and people evacuate the street, calling for the guards. And that's it, basically.
Okay. If if I could speak, I would like to make the people aware of what's going on, but I don't think I can speak as an ape, so I will try to move in the direction of our mansion and take the guy with me. If I
Okay,
double move,
great.
I can move 30.
Okay. So you obviously feel him kind of struggle and reaching out for his dagger again.
Okay.
But you manage to move, no problem. Jenkins, roll that perception check.
3.
3. So
Yes.
no, with a 3, this guy is you basically lost him.
Yeah,
But you can hear.
there's clearly no ninja here. Never was one.
It's all in your imagination.
Yeah.
So, but you do hear people around you kind of shriek and shout, and you can see a column of greenish smoke rising just across the street.
I will head over there. Still looking like a middle-aged baker.
Okay, so you identify. You actually don't identify him. You see a big ape dragging this figure.
But I have seen him turn into an ape before, so
Yeah, you can make the connection.
yes.
Okay. Forgar.
I'm gonna hit him. I believe in myself.
Okay, so Jenkins, you still have an action.
Oh,
Accepted.
No, I'll just get closer to the giant ape to be ready to help. I have my bow out, but
Okay.
I still appear to have no weapon in my hands.
Okay.
Maybe it looks like a baker's bowl instead.
Okay.
It's illusionary.
Great. Forgar.
All right, I'm gonna hit him.
This time for real.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah, it's a natural 20.
Oh,
It's
amazing.
25.
Great.
So we're doing double damage dice.
Yes. So your pick
Alright.
kind of breaks something in his chest.
Adds 10 damage.
Okay.
And then you gotta make a strength saving throw against 13.
Fails.
Awesome. Then vines come up and I don't know, I have to read it.
Okay. So something happens.
Yeah.
It's grapple, I think.
See, magical vines until the spell restrained.
Okay.
Restrained, that's
Oh,
even better.
I'm gonna take 1d6 piercing at the start of each of your turns.
Okay. Great. So you obviously managed to make contact with your pick. You kind of break through his plate armor and wedge the pick in him, and then as he just stands there shocked, vines come up from the street and grab him. More people shriek, and now you can actually hear the boots of the city watch. They're rushing forward, billowing their whistles to make themselves known.
And I wanna find out who sent him. If that is maybe my next turn or whatever, I'd yell at him.
So if you can simply ask, but how do you do it?
Scary.
Scary. Okay.
Dragonborn, scary intimidation style. Who sent you? Why are you attacking me?
So roll your intimidation check.
Perfect.
And Quarian, get ready.
Okay.
14.
14. So he just stares at you with his yellowish. Obviously, you caught him. So,
Does he get a saving throw every round?
I'll check.
just going to check something. So,
Can use an action to try and break out of the mines.
okay. No, but restraint doesn't mean he can't, do something. The attack rolls, you have advantage, and he has disadvantage. So you obviously see him try to pocket he reaches out and tries to pull something from a pocket. You're not sure what it is, but you'll find out on his turn. He doesn't answer. Okay, so we're back to Quarian.
Yeah. Do I hear any of the craziness around?
Yes,
Other than the one that I just left?
Yes, and you also see this greenish smoke coming out not too far from where you stand.
Oh, I'm going to head over there. Try to stay hidden as much as I can while going there, not to attract too much attention.
Okay, so you find Zunis, or basically Zunis the ape, kind of grabbing one of those creatures, and they both kind of emerge from this pillar of greenish smoke that basically scared everyone out of the street. You also hear the whistles of the city watch getting closer.
Okay, does it look like Zunis needs help? Zunis, sorry.
Seems under control. He's got it under control.
Okay.
Bulging ape muscles.
Okay, cool.
Fear. Anything you want to do other than?
No, I just want to stress how awesome it is to watch Aelithir run across the roofs, though. Assassin's Creed style, leaping over small ledges,
Yes.
bounding from building to building. But I'm just going to take double move, so that's 70 this round. And if I see the smoke, I'm going in that direction.
Okay. But Quarian, do you want to do anything once you see the ape and this creature?
I'm just going to get ready to attack it if I see the ape is losing it, something like that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, Elithir, as you basically from, as you said, from roof to roof, from porch to porch, I need to make, I don't know, acrobatics check, athletic check, whatever you want.
Athletics, preferably.
Athletics, yeah. So you kind of force your way up roofs and push yourself from balconies.
22.
Okay, so
Cool.
you kill it. So you do it and your hair waves like the lightning is just right as you do it.
Of course, naturally. Freeze time as he jumps over the street.
Exactly. But this creature is still stalking you. Now, obviously, you run faster than him, but he keeps sending those ninja stars or whatever they're called.
Duck and weave.
Yep. So, again, several of those rush toward you, and he hits armor class 15.
Miss.
So again, roof bricks kind of explode around you, and glass breaks, and you manage to fly like Spider-Man with those.
Of course he does. And everyone's wondering, how did he slow time? That's just how he is. I would like to take a mental note of where some of those throwing stars are stuck into the wall. I'm going to come back for them later.
Okay.
Do we hear him? Do I get to see him already at this point, or is he still far away?
No,
Quiet like a church mouse.
Yeah, Elithir and his guy are far away.
Okay.
You do see the monkey grappled creature. Basically, he turns around and he holds his dagger with both hands, and he kind of twists it and tries to stick it at
In himself?
Zunis. No,
Oh, in Zunis.
not yet.
Wishful thinking.
Not yet.
Okay. Could you tell me what is his role? Let me know if I need to disturb him or not.
No, so he attacks Forgar. Sorry, Zunis. You want me to reveal his role?
Yeah, for the cutting words, I need to know what his role before you tell me if it's a hit or not.
Okay. So grappled creature, the condition A, condition F. Okay. So he rolled a 17 to hit Zunis.
All right, I'm going to use a cutting word to disturb him then. Okay, so it's a 16.
16. So a 16 hits
That
you?
still hits, yeah.
Still hits. Okay. So, but this time because he's using two hands with his dagger, a little bit more damage. Not that. More. So that's 8 points of damage. Kind of grabs.
I'm still
his,
an ape. I'm
Yes.
still conscious, still an ape with 1 HP left.
Okay.
1
Oh,
HP?
1 HP.
Yep,
Oh my
1
god.
Damn.
HP.
Okay. So that was the grappled dude, and Forgar, your dude looks at you kind of straight in the eye, removes his hood to reveal his hobgoblin face, and then he swallows something. You can hear and then he smiles at you and explodes. Kind of.
I'm so getting blamed for this.
So I needed to make a dexterity check, just to kind of dodge the teeth and skull and.
No, that's a one.
No. Okay. So,
That's a 0. I got a -1 to my dex.
so you just stand there. Kind of.
Yeah.
His skull basically,
It got in your
Covered
open mouth
in
and
blood.
everything.
Yeah, that mouth was open. I'm like, oh,
Okay. So
vines
that's
are still there.
yeah. So that's 6 points of damage, and one of his teeth kind of wedges inside your.
Oh,
Keepsake.
Okay, but he's gone. This one's gone. Elithir is still okay. So we are at Zunis' turn.
When I look around now, I see Quarion, right?
Yes.
Okay, I will move towards Quarion then.
Okay. So Quarion, you do see the ape tags the assassin along. This creature kind of turns and notices you, and you can see that he tries to reach into his pocket. You, both you and Zunis, if you want to do something, you can. Sorry, Zunis can do something. You just moved, unless you wanted to move your like twice. So.
Yeah, I don't think I really want to do anything with him. I will just keep grappling him, and he's relatively small, right? He's like a hobgoblin or something.
Yes, a medium-sized creature.
Okay, medium-sized. Well, I'm like holding him like this and showing him to Quarion. I'm like, here, look what I found.
Okay, great. So that's what you're doing. At this point, you two hear like, and you can see fleshy bits of something kind of fly through the air.
You do?
Okay, Jenkins, what do you want to do?
I'll go over to him. I assume I'm close enough that I can move over there easily.
Yes.
And then I'll pull out my rapier, and my rapier will just look like a piece of cloth or something, like dirty. So it like, and then I just point it towards this guy and attack him with it.
Okay.
But you don't actually like see the rapier.
Okay.
I like
Awesome.
this guy's shell. That's a nice spell. So I assume I have advantage.
Yes.
So that's 19 to hit,
Yes. Hit.
and it does 18 points of damage.
Ooh.
And I would like
Nice.
to non-lethal. So I just like pierce him
You slap him with
lethally
your rag.
to knock him out.
Okay.
Like just go for the shoulder or something, so get him to pass out in pain. Hopefully.
Okay. So his armor rings as you connect, so you can hear this, and obviously you rattle both him and the ape that holds him, but he's still up.
Mm. And
But 18 damage is a lot.
and then I'll say, "Hey guys, it's me." So you hear my voice come out from this middle-aged beggar.
Not too surprising.
Okay. Forgar, what do you want to do?
Looking around, how close are the guards? Are they
So
like?
they just stand at the like something like I don't know, 30, 40 feet away, kind of hold everyone behind them, watching all those all those bits and pieces of this creature lying in baskets, on the roofs, on windows. They kind of wait.
I guess I'd go. He tried to kill me, and I'd turn around and I'd just like get out. I'm going to the nearest thing that I recognize. I'm like, I'm done here.
Okay, so some of them some of the guards approach the crime scene, and you can hear one of them looking down at the remains of the corpse, and he also says "Klostunak," and then they all look at you, and you can hear a whistle, but it's like an unsure whistle, like
Do I want to bring you back?
yeah, like they're not sure they actually want you to turn.
Yeah.
And one of them say, "Hey, you should come here and talk."
If they're summoning me over, I'd come back and go, I didn't mean to. He blew himself up. I didn't do it. He attacked me.
Yes, we believe you. We believe you. Okay, so he one of the guards he removes. He has tin helmet. He removes it and kind of plugs his sword back into this cupboard, and then he says, "You said he attacked you. This is a trained assassin." Well,
Yep, that's
any
what I've heard.
any any enemies you made recently? What happened?
I mean, I got attacked by some giants a little while ago, but I didn't know that I made any enemies.
Okay, so his people kind of ruffle around the remains and calming people, but he tries to kind of make you talk and describe what happened, etc. So
Okay.
you just stand there and talk to him, which
Yep.
is cool. Okay, Quirion.
Okay, so the guy, I understand that Zunis held is is blown up.
The guy that was standing next to Forgar has blown up.
Oh, so the guy that is still being held by Zunis, right?
Yes, but he's reaching to his pocket.
Okay. Zunis, I understand that you're like at 1 hit point.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
pretty hurt.
think.
But
Okay.
but it's not too bad if I die, quote unquote, in like a wild shape form. I just turn back, so
Oh, so you don't need healing right now.
it's fine, I think.
Okay, so I'm going to do a dissonant whispers on the as a creature.
Okay.
And he needs to pass a Wisdom saving throw of 13.
Passed with flying colors.
Okay. Let's see what happens. He takes half as much damage. So let's see what's half damage. And 12, so he gets 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. Great.
And
Anything else?
no, I think that's good.
Okay, Elithir. So you have made some distance, but unless you are going to do something interrupt his chase or something like that, he will basically eventually he will hit you with those shurikens.
Well, I was thinking eventually I would outdistance him and get out of range of those things.
So yeah, it will take you'll run the end of Waterdeep on the rooftop to get that, because he's
Jesus,
also
this
running
guy's
fast.
fast. So he
He's
can
not that fast. No, he can only run 30 feet per round. So
right, and I run 70 because he's
no,
stopping to attack, right?
Right. Yes.
So I'm guessing it would only take me a couple of rounds to outdistance.
Yes.
Good. So I'm going over towards that smoke.
Okay,
I'm done with this guy.
So as you kind of leap behind, in between two rooftops, you can see Zunis as an ape holding one of those assassins with Quarian kind of casting spells next to it, and the beggar flailing his wet and dirty cloth at the both of them, which is kind of strange. Brave, but strange.
Okay, so that's a good opportunity to stop. Once I clear that street,
Mhm.
I'll stop on the other side of the building. Is there anything I can hide behind? Something that'll give me, say, 3/4 cover?
Okay. So
I'm gonna
you can,
let the assassin see me do that too.
okay, so you can jump over the roof and then hide behind a chimney or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
I'm gonna like lock eyes with him, let him know that I'm there, that I'm watching.
okay.
Go ahead and
So
throw.
you can see him still running towards you. Okay.
I will
it's
ready
his turn.
ready an attack.
Okay, so he kind of runs after you, jumps, but something is very off with his jump, because he kind of jumps towards you and lands on the porch just beneath if you're on the second floor, then he lands on the porch, and then you can hear breaking glass and footsteps inside, just outside you, and then silence.
Okay.
I need you to make a perception check.
22.
With a 22, you can hear him climbing up the chimney.
Excellent.
Like,
Excellent.
but he didn't clear the distance yet. So
Right, he's coming.
yeah, on your turn, you'll be able to do something. So Zunis, your grappled dude removes the coal and chugs something, and then you feel this heat emanating from him, and then he simply explodes right next to you, and you take 7 points of damage from this explosion.
I shapeshift back into normal
Normal
fishman
Triton.
form.
Okay, and Quarian, you are far enough, and well, I'm not sure actually. Let's say you and Jackhins make dexterity checks.
I'm next to him for sure. since I was
Make it
just
with
stabbing him.
advantage, because the ape took most of the damage.
Ooh, well, 1 or 2. Well,
One.
so it's a modified 7 or a 6. So I'll take the 7.
Yeah, take 7.
I got
Yes.
15.
Okay, so take half of that, which is 3. A slab of orc meat, kind of not orc, hobgoblin meat, kind of smacks onto you. So this guy is gone. Okay, So at this point, more guards kind of pour into the market. Let's resolve Elithir's turn, and then
A couple questions.
yes,
What's the chimney made of?
stone.
How well made is it?
Oh, very well made.
Damn it. Do I have enough time to light my torch?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna shove a torch down the chimney.
Okay.
On fire.
On fire. Yeah, that's. It would be awkward if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, just drop this piece of wood.
Actually, I have 10 torches, so I will shove a handful of them down.
Okay, great. So yeah, Makitsu, you kind of then throw them into the chimney. Fire and smoke billows out of it. I need you to roll 4 d6.
12.
Okay. So out of the chimney comes this blackened and charred hobgoblin. Some of the clothes that hid his face and features are burnt. He kind of, pops out of the chimney, standing on top of it. He looks at you and then he says, trying to think about something. So he looks at you and says, "This is only a message."
I'm all ears.
And then he says, "Stay out of the Black Network's way." And then he folds his feet and fall through the chimney again. And then another smoke cloud kind of billows from it.
The green smoke. Black
Stay
Network
out
is
of the
Zentarum.
Black Network's way.
Okay, All right. Respect. I'm gonna jump down into the alley and go join the group.
Okay, so you join the group and you find them in a bloody alley, slabs of meat everywhere. People kind of look out of windows and they peek through alleyways, and you can see several city guards surround your friends with, let's say, 4 guard. They also lead you to your friends. Obviously, they make the connection that something is off.
Okay, I'm not gonna join my friends then if the city guard's there. I will stand with the crowd
Okay.
and watch.
Okay. You're staying on the rooftop, or are you going?
But kind of go around the corner, jump down, so that the guards don't see me.
Okay. So as soon as they see Zunis, are you conscious, by the way?
I think so, yes. I think I
Okay.
just shapeshift back.
Yeah,
So
you do take the damage extra, the extra
Oh, I
damage.
do.
So as soon as they see you, Zunis, one of them says, "Sorry, sir. I wasn't aware you are involved in this. I am terribly sorry. One of my colleagues says these are the Klos Lunak. These are trained assassins. I hope you're not involved in something, are you?"
Well, I don't think I am. I mean, apparently these people have some sort of problem with me. I don't know.
Yes, obviously, but I think you have handled the situation well. We will obviously press no charges. You were attacked in the middle of the day. This is a very, very. We haven't seen these in broad daylight operate like this. This is very unusual. I'm terribly sorry.
I'm just glad we could get rid of some of these people.
Do you want us to escort you to your mansion?
No,
just make sure.
I'm quite all right. You should patrol the city and see if make sure everyone's safe. I'm safe by myself. Don't worry.
Very well. We will notify Magister Van Devries immediately. This. I'm terribly sorry of the inconvenience, and if you ever need the help of the city, we are always here to serve.
Thanks.
And then he basically kind of orders his men to collect evidence and pieces of cloth and armor, and then they kind of lead in the crowds, telling them that everything is safe and all is well. The City Watch has cleared the area and nothing to see here. Okay.
I think I cast a single cure wounds on myself.
Okay.
We probably set up to meet at some place after we do the shopping, right? We're going to go head north, I believe, right?
Yes.
Okay. So after all the fuss, I think I'll just finish the things that I was about to shop for, and I'll head to the meeting point. But on the way, I'm going to go by my house just to make sure that my wife and child are okay, and I'm going to give them some money before I go away.
Okay. Okay, you do exactly that. Obviously, your wife thanks you, and your kid, son, he just thanks you, and then she says, "Go back and be safe." Okay. Anything else, guys?
Yeah, while the sun's still up and the memory's still fresh, I want to try and retrace my steps on the roofs and collect some of those throwing stars and see if he dropped anything or anything like that.
Okay, so you collect 8 of those. They're stuck on walls and on the wooden parts of balconies and window frames.
They essentially function as a dart, right?
Yes, and all of them has this not emblem, but maybe a drawing of a wolf's head. So they're marked.
In my line of work, would I be familiar with these guys?
Make a history check.
Am I proficient in that? Nope. 11.
Okay. So with an 11 are stories of those Klas Lunak, which is the wolf's head hobgoblin tribe. They were living in Waterdeep's Undermountain, which is a vast cave complex digging just below the city. The city is kind of perched on top of a mountain. You know that they were trained by some sort of a human organization, maybe the Zentari, maybe something else, and they serve as hired assassins, like fanatic assassins. They will do anything to get the job done.
All right. So, just to be clear, I am not proficient with Shuriken. It's a exotic weapon.
I think so.
Isn't
You
it
can
just
just treat it
darts?
as a dart or something like that, and then you can probably throw it.
Excellent.
Hmm.
Okay, I will, join back up with the group.
Okay.
I assume it's no problem to buy some normal healing potions.
Yes.
Yeah, how much are those?
50 gold each.
I will buy 2.
I think I'll buy 4, since I don't really need to buy much of anything else.
What
I
do
want
they
to
do?
get all
What is
of
it,
my
1d8?
shit, please.
1d8 plus 4 or 1d4?
2d4 plus 2.
Got it.
I'll take the healing potions as well.
So Forgar, these guards who gated took descriptions of the assailants, and told you that if you ever feel the need, or if you need the protection of the city watchers, you can simply visit their barracks. But then they kind of compliment you on the way that you handle the situation, and they seem very appreciative of your prowess.
Awesome. Do they want to help me get my stuff clean? Because that'd be fantastic.
Dry cleaning services.
Yeah,
Just stand there as they kind of
yeah, totally. I'll be like public fountain standing right in the middle.
exactly.
Work.
Okay. So after you have completed your purchase, if you want to, it's still morning, basically. So if you want to head north, you know that this archaeologist is working probably something like 6 hours to 8 hours walk to the north. You have a map, so you'll find it quite easily.
Yeah, I say we go. The
Yeah,
city
let's
is
do it.
dangerous.
That's where we want to go.
And you don't think it's dangerous going to try to find something from this black network that just attacked us?
No.
Is that
These guys were
the
not a
Black
problem,
Network?
are they?
Is that who we're looking for? That's not
Yeah,
the
so-
dudes we pissed off at the.
I will use your words.
They're gone. Trains left the station.
I will pass on the message from the assassin to you guys as well. He advised us to stay out of the Black Network's way, essentially.
And why are we not doing that?
Well, because they're clearly interested in us. That means we're doing something right.
And who are these black networks?
Was Zentarum.
There's a term, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to stay out of their way.
No, we decided to go look for their archaeologist up north, and suddenly we're being attacked by their assassins who want us to leave them alone. Yeah.
Really,
Doing
there's nothing
something
to
right.
do with
And was
that.
asking about them also with the shopkeeper that was killed.
Yep. But before we get anyone else in this city killed, I say we go there.
Yeah,
They're
good
more
idea.
comfortable here in the city than we are. This is their home.
Okay.
Well, maybe not you, but this is their home. They're assassins that are trained to fight in this city.
Hmm.
I'm just
Okay.
picking meat out of my teeth.
So
But not in a
We
healthy
should
way,
have,
right?
we
Like,
should have
Yeah.
breakfast before we head out.
oh,
I
a
love
good hearty
that.
breakfast.
That counts as a short rest, right?
yes,
If we're taking a short rest, then I'm using a hit die.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
using 2 hit dice.
Of course. Oh, no, that was not me that rolled the one. I thought it was me that rolled the one.
You guys can use one hit dice, and I'll give you, and you'll get an 6 of the Song of Rest.
An extra D6, did you say?
Yeah.
Well, I'm already full. So, hey, stop. Let's have some quiet for once. Like, come on. All that noise.
I like your music.
Okay, so you wash your faces and hands in fountains while the bard kind of eases your rest. And after you have recovered, you take off basically to the north, leave Waterdeep on foot in this lovely morning.
On foot?
What?
We got horses, didn't we?
What you got?
We never paid for them, did we?
We
I did.
borrowed
That's
horses.
irrelevant.
I bought a horse. Should I get a refund?
You took a horse from where? I'm not. Don't remember.
When we went to Nightstone, we had horses.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you want, you can still have them. They basically belong to Jolly, but he will gladly
Oh.
lend you those.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you make
but feed for the horses is so expensive. I say, as I'm carrying around this huge bag of coins, like barely being able to lift it. Like, hey, we don't have the money for this.
Okay, so you make your way to the north, leaving Waterdeep, basically enjoying the weather. There are no clouds, the sun is up in the sky. It's not very warm, but a pleasant breeze. You simply have some pleasant time walking and talking if you want. Let me know if you want to do something during this short trek with your horses.
Nope,
Okay.
not really.
So, after something like 4 hours of easy map that Aline got for you takes you to the east, just a small like dirt road that splits from the high road that take you through low hills covered with trees and boulders, and then the road kind of curves and leads to this. Think of it as a hill that has half of it was removed, okay, or collapsed. And on this collapse, which is mainly boulders and kind of the roots of the trees that grow on the hill, you can see two pillars made of stone covered with runes and sigils, and a big iron barred door that stands just between those two pillars. The door is open, and there is a kind of a bluish glow that emanates from the opening. Next to this opening stands a hobgoblin, uh, uh, dressed much like the guys you attacked by in the city, but his face are revealed, and he holds a weapon that I think it's called a scythe or a skith.
Scythe,
A scythe.
like the Grim
Okay.
Reaper.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
Goblin, Ninja, Grim Reaper. We're good.
Yeah. So he
Totally.
just stands there, and on his shoulder perched a flying snake, curled around his hand, and just sits on his shoulder. And with his yellow eyes, he simply watches over an old man, or at least it looks like an old man. You can only see his back, and he's leaning next to one of these pillars, examining the sigils with a big leathery book open in his hands. All you can see is its back and um, white gray hair, and you think he's wearing a crown or something like that. You're not sure from this distance, but there's something on his head.
That's the tiefling. That's our destination? Clearly?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, dismount, I guess.
Okay.
What's between us and that person?
Dirt road, and kind of you are between two hills. That's it.
I would like to take a moment to try and spot the assassins that are hiding around them.
Yeah.
I assume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it so.
I'll try to do that as well.
Okay.
Perception?
Yeah.
13.
So with a 13, you don't see anyone besides these two.
I got the same.
Okay.
Attack!
No. Go up and talk to them. Be friendly.
Kind of agree with them. It's against my nature, but
Fine.
don't know if that
you guys go
archaeologist-
chat.
is working with them or being used by them.
I wasn't going to attack the archaeologist.
Yeah.
I want to know where he got that winged snake. I knew someone with a winged snake, but he lost it. It would be nice to get like buy one for her as a present. He's like really hot, and she likes me.
I don't think we should all go up though. I
I'll
think
go up.
some of us should flank and be held back in reserve for when the proverbial shit goes south.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, good.
As you stand there and debate among yourself, you spot quite easily another flying snake, kind of whooshes,
Son of a bitch.
not above your heads, but a little to the west, and he lands on the shoulder of the hobgoblin. The hobgoblin simply takes the snake, removes something from his one of its it's got a pouch kind of strapped to its.
He wears a
body,
little snake backpack.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. That's
and
amazing.
then he sends him back, and you can kind of just by gouging the direction the snake is coming from water.
So now we attack, right?
No. I want to know where they got those snakes from.
So I will attempt to flank. I would suggest that
Yeah.
maybe our party goes up with
Who,
some
me?
assistance. Yeah, you. The one who likes to talk.
Okay. Okay, no problem. I can go up, and
Yeah, don't worry, I'll come with you.
yeah, you can with me. That would be nice.
Jonas, do you want to flank the other side, or
You guys are you guys ready? Okay,
Zunis?
so
Sure.
I'll walk up with you guys.
Do you want to flank the other side, Zunis?
Um,
Or are you going up with them?
maybe I should stick with Quarian.
So Quarian, Zunis, and Forgar approach these
And
this
me.
duo, and yes, Jack Hands.
Well, if
of
it's
course.
that, I'll stay on the flank.
Okay. So Ilithir and Forgar flank while the three of you approach head on. Okay. So as you do approach and make enough noise, turns around and looks at you with his yellowish eyes, and he just stands there and say nothing.
I'll smile and give a little wave.
I say hello there.
When you say that, the hunched figure stands up and kind of, with the book still open, he looks back, and indeed you can see that this is a tiefling. Red skin, reddish eyes, and the crown that was on his head, his horns protruding from his forehead, and his white gray hair identifies him as like a middle-aged or maybe an old tiefling. You know that these guys are basically humans, so you assess that he is maybe 70 years old or something like that. And he turns around and says, "Good morning."
That is an awesome crown that you've got.
And he looks at you and says, "This isn't a crown, this is my head."
Oh, I look extremely uncomfortable, and I say, "Sorry, sir."
Well, he looks extremely uncomfortable and says, "Well, yes, that's probably fine."
What he meant to
should-
say was, "You look very royal."
Yes, of course.
And he looks at you, Zunis, and says, kind of straightening up his back and says, yes, I like this. I like this. Royal. So how can I be of assistance to a fine gentleman like you?
I was wondering what you're doing here with this friend of yours.
And where did you get that snake? Like that winged snake? I know someone that had one of those. What's the glass then?
He looks at the hobgoblin and he says, "Oh, Koras, oh, he's harmless.
Is he? That's
Yes,
nice.
he just watches my back as I do my work. You know, in the wilderness, there's predators and strange animals and all kinds of dangers. He just keep me safe."
I'm trying to do an insight check just to get to make sure that I know that he's lying.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 19.
Okay, wow, he's lying. This he kind of looks at the hobgoblin in a way that says, you know, in a way that a young adult looks at his first razor knife. So don't touch, don't squeeze, don't just keep your distance, and everything will be fine. He looks at you and says, "Well, I am here investigating this fascinating finding.
Whoa.
Would you believe it? The hill collapsed and revealed this."
What is this?
Well, I believe this is a temple dedicated to the Dream Walkers.
The Dreamwalkers. What are
Yes.
those?
Well, these are a faction of stone giants, of course.
Wow. That sounds incredible.
Yes.
Can you tell me more?
Well, nothing more to say. I'm trying to read these sigils that are marking those pillars. There's obviously some sort of magic involved, and he points at the glowing bluish light in the opening. I dare not approach it until I at least spend 2 or 3 months studying this amazing complex.
I cast detect magic.
Is he lying about that too?
You think not.
Okay.
He seems kind of genuinely interested, and
Mm.
so
Okay.
if you detect, if you cast detect magic, then obviously whatever lies inside behind the opening emanates a strong aura of magic. And this is ancient magic, not something fresh and young like human magic. This is something from another era.
Okay.
Mm.
Can I feel like the type of magic that it's emanating?
You are not sure. This is maybe a type of magic felt before, but there's a hint of you're not sure actually.
Okay.
Maybe if you roll Arcana high enough.
Um, yeah, I rolled a natural 20.
Okay, so with the natural 20, you kind of remember maybe a lesson you took back in your homeland, and you do know that stone giants have a very strange form of magic that is harnessing the power of the land itself, the stone itself. They believe that the stone is alive, and so they can mold it and change it and cause it to do all kinds of funny things. And you believe this is the case here.
So the whole temple was probably not like built by hand, but built by.
It
this type of
was maybe
magic.
even it was dreamt into existence.
Okay,
Cool.
that's interesting.
So now that you are near the pillars, you can see that they depict. They are in the form of, now that you actually look at it, beyond all the slime and you know, moth and whatnot, these are in the form of huge giants kind of holding the ceiling, and the runes or sigils that cover them actually depict a a happening of a sort. You can see that the kind of images of small giants are drawn on the bodies of pillars, and inside of each giant's head you can see like abstract shapes and drawings, maybe suggesting that these giants are dreaming. And some of them are tending to what looks like giant stone age eggs, um, casting spells over them and drawing on them and holding them, etc.
So while I'm flanking, how many of these assassins do I see?
Make
6
yet
or 7 of them scattered about.
make another
Perception check.
Perception check.
Yeah, nope. I'm very focused on what I'm stepping on or not stepping on.
Okay.
I stop looking at my feet when I walk.
I'll roll perception. I'm on the outside too. I got
Always on the outside looking in.
I know, right? 17.
Hey.
Right?
So, with a 17, you wait for it.
Oh, something cool. I can
See
feel it.
nothing.
Something cool.
Okay. So, with a 17, you do see a shadow kind of clinging to one of the trees surrounding that opening. Your friends are near them. It's a blurred shadow, but you think you saw a female body with a belt kind of studded with knives, throwing knives. She's barefoot and she was probably clutching the tree in some sort of a like a Zen position, like just holding it and focusing. But she has her outline was blurry and moving and unfocused. And as soon as you saw her, she kind of vanished with just a few leaves rustling.
Alright, don't know if I have any way of telling you guys that. So I'll keep that info until I get a chance to talk.
Okay.
So I want to ask the guy, what's his name again?
Tarkus.
Tarkus. So tell me, wouldn't you like to try to get inside and see what it feels inside?
Well, I obviously can't risk it yet. I haven't figured out what this magic is all about. For all I know, it could be a deadly trap inside. Maybe a portal leading to the other side of Faerun. These things take time. I'm actually waiting for reinforcements from Waterdeep. People who will come here and secure this place, build a camp around it. It will probably take me weeks and months to uncover all the secrets of this place.
Did you try throwing something inside? Like maybe a flying snake?
No. This could yield terrible result. Throwing stones in a stone giant temple is a horrible insult. Who knows what kind of magical trap it might trigger? No. This should be done in great care under strict investigation of the findings and evidence. Here we should probably dig the whole hill from all this dirt and uncover the structure of this temple, and only then maybe we can hire a wizard or two to look into this magical hour, dispel it, and then we can go in safely.
And are these reinforcements the city guard from Waterdeep?
Oh, no, not at all. These members of the Eltor Chul Academy, they hired me to investigate.
Oh, okay, I see.
It might be a bit of a problem with that. Some of those guys lost their head.
So at this point, the hobgoblin bodyguard approaches Tarkus, and Quarian, you can see that he pockets the small message he got from the snake, and then he leans and whispers something on the tiefling's ears, and then Tarkus looks at you and says, "Well, but if you happen to be interested in investigating or conducting a preliminary research expedition into the temple, I can obviously secure funds from the Eltor Chul Academy. I think I can pay you. What would be a proper sum for this sort of a mission? I don't know, something like 100 gold each of you. If you can map the internals of the temple, this would be a great service to the Eltor Chul Academy.
I think I could help with that.
I'd cough really loud about going in there. As soon as that gets brought up, I would like try to draw their attention and be like, "No." That
I say to him, we need a minute to talk amongst ourselves and see if we are willing to take the risk. If everyone
Was there any chance that they managed to hear what the guy whispered to him? What the hobgoblin whispered?
Roll your perception check.
Nope.
Okay.
Got a 10.
Okay,
But
so
you do hear a cough from the hill, just a dragon choking on some furball or something like that.
Yeah, that could mean anything. We don't have any signals set up, so okay. Yes, I'm interested in looking at this. I can help with this, especially if I could learn more about where to get those winged snakes. I would really like one of those.
A winged snake.
Yes.
Oh, these are merely pets.
Yes, but I know someone who had one of those pets and sadly it died, and I would like to give her one.
Oh, so I can probably give you the name of a shop to visit. If you'd really want, you can find these sort of pets. Well, maybe extraordinary pets, but still pets. Well, you can find them at Hawkfeather's residence in Waterdeep. He deals with such creatures and can surely find you one suitable for your friend.
Yes, I'm sure she would like that.
So you should search for Amanthair Hawkfeather.
Amanthair Hawkfeather. Yeah, I thank you for that information.
Sure, and feel free to discuss to discuss my proposition. I will return to my research if you don't mind. He turns around, still flipping pages from the book and tracking the sigils on the pillars.
Okay.
Can you guys retreat to a distance so that James and I can?
Sure.
Yeah,
I just asked him. By the way, where did you get that book?
Oh, this book I got from a very friendly dragonborn. He has a shop in Waterdeep called, I think, a snail, a snake, or something of a sort.
Do I remember the name?
Serpentail.
Yes, Serpentail Books and Folios.
Oh, okay. So I say the name of the shop.
Yes, that was the shop.
Oh
It's
yeah, it was a
very
good job. I
nice.
was there as well, you know. And as I walk around, I turn around and go. By the way, his owner just passed out a couple of days ago.
And
Right.
he looks still at the pillar and says, "Oh, how unfortunate."
Yeah, I keep
It's
walking
it's
over
like-
now. Did I get anything from Insight on that point?
Yeah, you're pretty sure he was, if not involved, this
Okay.
didn't shock him.
All right.
Okay, so we regrouped
Yep, let's
back
regroup.
by the horses, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they know it's us. Clearly, they just got that message.
mm,
And they know.
You
We
saw
know
another-
that they know.
Yeah, they know that we know that they know, and now we know that they know that we know that they know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
that what he said.
We also know that they're watching us from the shadows, right? Forgar, you saw one.
Yeah, I saw some shadowy figure. She like
Mhm.
faded into nothingness.
But then you coughed, so they know that we know that they know.
Yeah.
Yes.
that he
Yes.
has munched on a furball.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they want us to go in and set up whatever trap there is, so they can follow in first. But we can just go in, disarm the trap, find whatever they're looking for, and then take it
And-
somewhere safe.
Or we could say no, bugger off, set up an ambush, kill them all, and then go in at our leisure.
Yeah, but they plan to stay here for months.
Yeah, I mean,
And
we'll sneak back in while they're sleeping and kill them.
why not go in and find if it's anything worth fighting for first?
What I'm worried about is that we go in and get trapped between whatever's in there and them coming from
Yep.
behind.
That's
Or we go in and get weakened, and then they storm in and kill us.
What are you
No.
talking about? You're talking like if we will fail. Like,
Oh no!
we
Even if we
we just-
succeed, we're
we
probably
just-
going to be weakened.
we just disarm all the traps in there. Come on.
I don't
Right,
think
you
the
go
do
temple is
that,
actually
follow
dangerous.
30
to
Oh.
be
behind.
honest. I don't think the temple is actually dangerous, to be honest. I think that they think that it is, but I can sense any ill magic coming from within. The
Yeah, but we're
magic
talking
aura that
about-
he's talking about is just the ways these stone giants built these temples.
But stone giants aren't known for their kindness and benevolence, right? I don't know anything
Well-
about giants, so
Well,
I'm
maybe
guessing.
there are conventional traps in there, but at least I think there are no magical traps.
In the first couple of feet.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
as far as you can detect.
As far as I-
up to 30 feet or whatever that is.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So you two go ahead,
I will
protect and
actually, you
disarm,
know.
and we will stay back and wait.
I will actually. I will do that. Yeah.
I
I think we
think
should go in. I want to go in.
I think it's a mistake, but I
I
will
want to
go
go
with
in,
the group.
but I don't want to go in
Yeah.
when they're guarding the exit.
How
I
many
agree
of
with
them
that.
are there?
Minimum 3.
plus
Well,
more
I'm not even-
plus more enforcements that are coming in.
Was
Yeah,
that
but
Yeah,
we need to do it. Yeah, if any of them are actually coming.
Yeah, we didn't find their camp either. Like, we haven't seen where they're staying. That would be a dead giveaway.
how big their camp is?
I
Mhm.
mean, the reinforcements that they get, they probably won't be here like today, right? It will probably
Well,
take
they
a
were.
while until they come.
We arrived in half a day.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh.
And their
Yeah,
snake
but-
arrived just as we did.
Yeah, but it's the Mage Academy, and they have their own problems.
I think it's the Zentarum, and we're their problem.
Well, if they're
And if
bringing
they
an
know
army,
we're here,
Mm.
then we're in big trouble.
if we're going in there and they're bringing an army, we're either waiting and slaying their whole army, or we're sneaking in when they don't know we're there.
I don't think we can sneak past them.
I think we should just go in and try to find another way out, and then just leave after we are done with the temple.
And maybe a unicorn will pop out and bless us all while we're in there.
That'd be
Well, I
fantastic.
mean, we
Are they
can.
still around?
Oh, and you know how much XP a unicorn is worth? Like,
Oh, there we
half
go.
that was us. Like, come on.
Isn't there some sort of curse that comes along with that?
No. That's just open legends.
Curse of being super rich.
Curse of being level 4.
Yes.
Yeah, I will go with the group, but again, I think we should go in, but not with them out here. I think we should either find a way to lure them off or kill them.
Are you talking just the archaeologist, the bodyguard, and the one person that I saw in there, or are you talking after the reinforcements arrive, all of them plus
Well,
that?
we don't know that reinforcements are coming for sure. And the Zentarum doesn't generally send armies. They send assassins. So I don't expect a lot to come. But even a few of them would be dangerous to us. So I'm saying we kill everybody in here tonight. Everybody we can find. And then we go in. And then we GTFO as soon as we can.
But how do we know they're like evil and they?
Did
They're
anyone,
working with the Zentarum.
did anyone get a
And
feeling on how tough these guys were?
Well, we all stood toe to toe with one of them.
well, not really.
No,
I ran.
Mine definitely as soon as he got in a tough place went and blew himself up. So I'm not even sure how tough he was.
They seemed rather weak. They didn't even like hit me or anything, and then just ran off in the other direction.
Ouch! They hit me.
Yeah, I got one hit and it hurt a lot, so I ran.
Mm,
But as a group, we fight a lot better than we do individually. So
Yes.
if we can coordinate attack, I think we can do it.
You gonna try and take these dudes out? Are we gonna do it now, or are you gonna wait till nightfall?
But just
Why
attacking someone
fight
here
them
that
already?
might be innocent, like that seems wrong.
Well, we can save the tiefling. We don't have to kill him.
Yeah.
But we don't
But he
know
wasn't
the
too
other guy.
surprised about the other
It's
guy,
bad.
the hobgoblin assassin that works for the Zentarum. He's
Yeah,
he's bad.
that's pretty sure.
He's a bad dude.
It's just a mercenary.
And anybody that associates with snakes, bad dude.
No, no.
Yep.
I met someone.
bad.
She was nice.
I don't know. But snakes. Anyways.
Yeah.
Zunis, you've been quiet.
yeah, it's probably best if we take these guys out and then go into the temple.
Now this could be a huge mistake. Like, I'm just putting this caveat on there so that this doesn't get blamed on me.
Oh,
Could
right.
be incredibly powerful. We also need to remember that.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's not do that.
70-year-old tiefling, you don't live that long in the Black Network without building up some power.
You say that like you used to fight the Black Network all the time.
I know of the Black Network.
Yeah. I don't know anything.
Right?
I just know that they're bad guys.
Yeah, they are.
And that they generally don't have long lifespans.
I've just heard like there was some
Neither do
merchants.
adventurers.
There was members of it, like normal merchants.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a hill or a higher place than the hill that collapsed in the area that we can scout from?
Yes, of course.
And maybe we should go atop one of those hills and see if we can find their camp. Just scout a bit. Just
If only we had a familiar or an animal companion.
Sorry, I'll bring my previous character.
Yeah, all of them, right? How many animals did we have in the last campaign?
Not enough.
No.
Clearly.
Not
I
nearly
had a
enough.
limp for like one
Yeah, if
day,
it-
and then he died.
Yeah, let's go scouting. We'll just ride
Okay.
our horses.
Yes, do that. I'll go and look around at the entrance.
I swear to God, if you're in there when we come back, I'm leaving you, and we're moving on to wherever it was North Earth that we were gonna go to.
I'm not
He's
gonna
gonna
go
throw a
any
stone
after you.
instead.
I'm not going in. I'm just going to like examine it further.
Okay.
I'm going with Jenkins because I wanna examine it and see if maybe there's a second entrance or something like that.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Party
it on.
divided.
What's
Let's
up,
do it.
Yeah,
party?
that's always good.
Always
Always.
great, especially when
seems
we
to be
meet new
our-
bad guys.
Yeah, this is our MO though, right?
Yeah, and it's been working well for us so far.
Divide
So
and
far.
conquer.
So,
Yes.
what was the decision?
So Quarian, Forgar, and I are gonna do a quick scout with the horses. Is that right? Up to the higher point.
Okay.
Yeah.
While Miss and Jenkin are gonna go investigate the front door.
Yep,
Okay.
pretty much.
Great. So, the three of you up on your horses and you wander around. If you want, you could climb the hill from its other side. That's an option. So when you do, you can see that it's still dotted with some boulders and trees, but if you go near the where the half of the hill basically collapsed, you can see that they lean forward and most of the roots are exposed. What's interesting is that collapse, you think that it occurred not a long time ago, and you, Alethea, are very aware of that. This isn't something that happened like ages ago, and this hill was intact, you believe, last week.
Oh well.
Wow.
Does it look like it just naturally collapsed, or like they blew it up and then it collapsed?
So make perception checks or investigation checks.
Oh,
We got a good one.
21 or 22,
Oh, that's
something like
way better than my 15.
I got 21 too.
that. Nice.
Why am
Is
I
this-
even here?
So
Is this
you all?
forest? Is this a forested area or
Yeah,
is
yeah, we can
okay?
consider
That's
it
my
forest.
my favorite terrain or whatever.
Okay, so how does it help you?
No, it doesn't in this particular moment, but
Okay. So
helps with initiative.
you all convened on something strange that you saw. You thought it was, it looked like a very, very white stone, like a half egg shape. But when you approached it, you can see that this is a shield, detailed to the last bit, and leather strap and buttons and whatnot, but made of stone. It's human sized, and it was half buried in the dirt. And to your question, Forgar, you don't think this place was exploded or something like that. You think that something huge dug it through, like huge hands, kind of.
So a human-sized shield,
Yes.
kind of revealed from the excavation. Is that what we're getting?
Yes, but it's
So
on,
it's-
on
Go ahead.
yeah, it's on the top of the hill, like half buried. So maybe when someone cleared dirt, it got pushed from the inside of the hill to the outside.
Interesting. And it's still like the leather's not rotted away.
These are not leathers.
Oh.
As I said, it was entirely stone, but also the leathers are made of
Oh,
stone.
letters.
Yes.
Oh,
no,
Everything's
no,
made of stone. Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even the straps, anything.
So, all right. Well, Forgar, go touch it.
I don't want to touch it.
It's your size, and you use a shield.
I touch it. Can I move it? Like if I
Yes.
push on it.
So if you push it, it kind of falls to the side, and then it reveals writing. It says, Brian the Swordsmaster Smithy.
What?
Have we heard of this smithy?
Is Zunis with you?
Nope.
Nope.
So no.
All
So
right.
it's branded with like a trademark?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, not what I thought it was.
Hmm.
And when you
Uh,
said human size, do you mean like a human could carry it, or it's the size of a human?
No, a human can carry it comfortably and use it as a shield.
I pick up the shield.
I
So it's
think we need
pretty
to
heavy and
test-
hefty.
yeah, let's test it before you take it into battle, though.
So
It seems
Okay.
ornamental.
I hold it.
That's just sounds about. Let's test it before you take it. Pull out the deck and stab you. Like, come on, fuck it.
I think you should put it on the ground and hit it with the back of your pick, is what I was gonna say.
Oh, well, fine. I put it on the ground and I hit it with my pick.
roll your attack.
10?
Okay, so you smack it
should be
dead on. Roll your damage.
Okay. 7?
So all you hear is this big thunk as your pick strikes it, but the shield doesn't break, and the pick kind of vibrates in your hand, and the loud strike kind of billows
Reverberate.
through, reverberate through the forest, and then from below you hear Tarkus. Did you find something? Everything all right up there?
Yeah, I fell. My bad.
Is there a chip or a scratch or anything on that shield?
Yeah. Yes. Like
Oh,
if
so
you,
it's-
someone hits stone, chips
Hit it with
fly.
a
but-
pick.
Yep.
Yeah, this isn't what I thought it was. Okay, have fun
Thanks.
carrying that thing around.
Oh, this is awesome.
So, do we see any signs of a camp?
No, you don't.
Oh, so either they've set up just inside, or they just got it. No horses, nothing, no wagon. Okay, that's really strange. What kind of an archaeologist doesn't bring gear,
A magic one?
tools?
A
Oh,
magic
okay.
one?
That's a scarier thought than I had, but
Did he have any tools on him?
You don't see any tools on him aside from a magnifying glass.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm no expert, but usually like a shovel and a
I mean, Indiana Jones
a
went
toothbrush.
everywhere without tools.
A whip,
True.
a whip and a hat.
this guy doesn't
Right?
even have those. He's
Yeah,
got a
but
book
he's got a hobgoblin bodyguard.
too.
That's like a whip
At
and a
least.
hat.
All right. Okay, this makes me really uncomfortable.
Wait, but the thing is, if we on the top of the hill, we saw this stone. Does that mean that we see like another opening to the cave?
Nope. At least you don't see anything. You believe it buried inside the hill and maybe was pushed to the surface. Now, Jenkins, you want to approach the entrance?
Yes.
Okay. How do you do it?
Just walk up like near it. I have my mage's hand out, so use that like to be in front of me, like just for now, just the air, then like touching the side of it, just gently with that,
Okay,
and
so-
and examine. And while I'm doing it, like I'm asking the thiefling, like, hey, so what have you learned so far? Like you must have been here a while now and learned something.
So he watches you as you kind of feel your way in, and then he say, "Hey, do you feel any tingling sensation?"
No, not yet. Have you tried
There's some
this?
preparation age.
Like what have you deciphered any of these markings?
Only a strange name, but I don't know.
Don't know what. You broke up there.
A name. I found a name, Makai, but I don't know what it means.
Akai. Okay.
Makai.
Makai.
Yes.
Hmm.
And also I see giants carrying huge chests full of what I think would be diamonds, but I'm not sure.
And that's enough for Jenkins.
What? No,
And he runs in. Phew.
Yeah.
no.
All right, that's it. We're
Like the
moving on.
Roadrunner.
I said we went in.
Hey, I'm not greedy. I only take what I need.
Touch only the lamp.
This bag that's like as big as you are. I only take what I need.
Only what I need. Yes, and I earned that money.
Only what you
Alright.
need to be rich. Got
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yes. But yeah,
So-
I'll do an investigation on the opening. The spell work there.
Okay.
If not, if
So-
I don't get like blown to bits before that.
So you kind of enter this very short hallway, but what you immediately realize that the door is huge. It's made of kind of strips of iron, and its hinges are made of stone. As you pass by those,
Oh, I
you en-
don't pass by that yet. I
Okay.
investigate that first.
Okay, roll your investigation check then.
With advantage, right?
No.
I rolled a 2 and a 20 on roll 20, so it's an 8 or a 26.
Okay, so with an 8, all you can see is on the walls, just inside, just near the door, the pathway, you can see giants kind of smashing human-sized structures like castles and forts and ships, and so they break them or carry them, or you can see a giant holding a big ship like this, and another giant kind of blowing up a castle to bits with a huge hammer.
Stone giants are very nice.
Yes. Just standing in the doorway, I'll use my mage hand to like move it, like I can move it up to 30 feet in, and just move that around to like touch and feel. I can
Um,
disarm trap with it from a distance
Okay.
if I find any with my
Um,
super good roll.
So the magical bluish haze that kind of emanates from the corridor that you are in is beginning to be very disorienting. You think you see a huge room, like huge in giant size, huge, probably up to the full height of the hill, and what appears to be floating pillars, kind of, you know, you kind of squint to count them. You think there are 12 of those. Each of them is like twice your height and 1.5 your width. And these are, they are square, like long and square, and they float and rotate inside this bluish haze. You can't make any other feature of the room from here.
And there don't seem to be like any traps that I can detect.
So did you roll for your?
Well, my investigation.
Okay, so no.
But I can roll again.
Maybe if you will enter the room, you can inspect its features, but from where you are, the corridor at least isn't trapped as far as you can tell.
Well, I said I wouldn't go in, so I'll just stay here and stop here.
Okay,
No.
so as you go out, the halfling, the tiefling looks at you and says, "Oh, what happened to you?"
Nothing.
"Oh, I got you there, didn't I?" And then he continues to look at his book.
Nobody else has tried to go in then? Do you seem so sure
No.
that something would happen?
Oh, no. This is simply the nature of such temples and hidden shrines and giant work. Something will crush you, smack you, blow you, poison you, or simply electrocute you. It's simply how
Sounds
it
like
works.
a great place to be.
Hey, yes.
Totally safe.
Yes.
But if you felt no tingling sensation and you step quite far into the corridor, then maybe it is safe. I don't know. Have you considered my proposal?
Yes, we would like to examine it further and help you with this.
Well, in this case, feel free to enter. And I do need a proper map. He kind of opens his clock, reaching out to a small pouch, and from it, kind of takes out this huge piece of parchment. Then he digs further in and retrieves ink and a feather and writing utensils, and he simply hands them to you. And says, I do need a very detailed of the interior, so...
Yes, there seems to be a really large room just inside the corridor with floating pillars. 12 of them.
Stop helping this Adara.
So, but
Yes.
I'll know more when we actually go in.
Oh, floating pillars, you say?
Yes.
Bitch. What's Zunis doing?
Well, nothing. I mean, I was with Jenkins the whole time.
Yes, I'll actually come to ask you. Like, do you think maybe do you have like you're in tune with nature? Do you think you could like talk to some squirrel or something and like try and send that in there,
That's
Yeah.
or
totally,
a
totally
rat or
good.
something?
Yeah, we don't. Let's not save them.
I think I would need to attune with nature some more overnight to
Yeah.
be
Yeah, but
able
yeah,
to.
we can wait and then do it tomorrow, maybe, if the others are up for it.
Oh,
And well, we never know what the others want to do. You know, their plan, if they actually want to do anything.
yeah,
But I would
we
like to
we don't
explore
know.
this.
Yeah, I would like to do that too, but yeah, it's a question of how much time we have. We may not have until tomorrow.
Yeah.
So are we back from our scout?
Yes, if you want to.
Yeah, let's go meet up with the others.
Yeah, so they have no camp. There's no others that we could find.
Mm.
All we found was this silly trademarked stone shield.
The shield is fantastic. What do you mean silly? Has
It looks kind
anybody
of
heard of this smithy?
doesn't
It
seem like it would be
runs
good
the
in combat.
Sword Master.
Yeah.
Do
So
I
when,
recognize it?
yes,
It
it's
sounds kitschy.
it's a very, very old smithy in Waterdeep. Old, I mean, like something like 101 or 120 years old. Operated by a half elf who called himself Brian to fit in. But basically, it's a very successful smithy that supplies the city guard, and it also supplies like custom shop works for nobles.
Hmm.
But is this shield like usable in combat somehow, or is it just it's too? It looks like it'd be too heavy. It seems like it'd be way too heavy to use
Well,
in
it's a
combat.
slab of stone. Maybe Fulgar is strong enough to carry it, but
Is he?
but
I got a
Is he?
16. Screw you.
So it's
he-
not made for combat. It's a
no, he's basically carrying a tombstone worth of,
yeah.
of stone.
Yeah,
Does it sound like it was a petrified shield or something?
Stone.
No, I
Feels
think
like
it was
wood.
like a
Acts like
mantle,
wood.
something off of a mantelpiece
Not
or
wood.
something like that. Like
Oh,
it's a
okay.
it's an advertisement.
It's an advertisement.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
wandering around like,
Oh, I have these stone flyers to hand out.
Yeah,
Like,
you're branded.
It's a
It's
clickbait.
exactly. It's kitsch. You wouldn't use that in combat. A blacksmith would never build that for real use.
Yeah.
So it's some sort of I don't know.
oh, but maybe it was once a normal shield and then became petrified, like Forgar said.
I didn't say that. Somebody else said that.
Oh.
I'll totally take credit.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't think we'd be able to see the writing on it. Like it looks like it was
Petrified?
engraved, right? Yeah, no, not. Is it look clean? It's like,
It looks like a shield that is like identical to any shield that you might be carrying to the last detail, but entirely made of stone.
Yeah, nice clean lines and everything. It's not petrified. It was made by a stonemason.
Maybe.
You're not
Or
sure
magic.
it's
It was-
magically
Yeah,
turned into
that's
stone?
what I'm.
Or magic, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking about. Maybe, I mean,
Maybe
this is
the
a temple
temple has some trap that
stone.
turns people and things into stone.
Yeah, I
Mhm,
mean, it's
mhm.
after all they are stone giants, and the way they built this temple was by just raising
Dreaming
it
it.
from
Dreaming it.
stone.
So perhaps
are
somebody
stone
went in and
giants.
dreamed about having a shield, and
This seems really specific. And
yeah,
the,
well, maybe Brian
these-
went in.
yeah, well, but it has been empty for like, it must have been empty for like longer than 110 years.
Mhm. I think I think that turning to stone is a legit concern here. This sounds like somebody's bought a shield off of Brian, went in there and got turned to stone at some point.
But
Mm,
then why would it show up like in the ground?
I don't know.
Well, up there it looked like something massive, like a giant, maybe dug out this thing.
Mhm.
So it could have been there for a while underground that just got exposed.
Yeah, but this hill's been here for probably thousands of years.
yeah, I don't think I don't think the blacksmith has been around for so long.
No, I can't explain it, but it makes me nervous.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
more I
Yes.
think about it,
So-
the more that's the only logical conclusion that it's
So
been
What did-
turned
where-
to stone.
Yeah.
Quarian, where do you stand now? What do you want to do here?
If it's possible, I'd like to get a night's rest before we enter this cave, this temple. I'm not
Okay.
sure it is actually possible. But if it's possible, I'd like to replenish my spells.
Zunis chicken?
Maybe we
Yes.
could go to bed really early and
Get up in the middle of the night.
get up in the middle of the night.
Chicken?
Yeah. I
Okay,
would
let-
like to examine this closer. And we have permission to go in and they'll pay us if we like map it out.
Okay.
So I have speak with animals. I remember somebody saying something about sacrificing something for
What?
traps.
Sacrifice? No. That's
Oh.
sacrificing.
We're not
Yeah,
sacrificing.
I'm not
No?
cool with that. I'm not cool with sacrificing animals
No,
to do
but
something chicken can
Speaking
do.
with animals. Come, little hamster.
Yeah, throw 'em down the hallway.
Nathan, I'm too scared to go in. You should go. It'll be great. You'll love it. Full of
You-
your other squirrel
Yeah.
friends. They're
Yeah,
throwing a
For fun
party.
time.
He will return a level 14 score.
Level 14 stone
And
golem
it'll
squirrel.
kill us.
Okay, so you want to basically go to sleep early.
Yeah, but we
and,
should tell
rest-
the tiefling.
Okay, so
Tell
he
him what?
says, yes, of course, you may sleep here if you want. No
Where's your
problem.
camp?
He looks at you, puzzled, and then he says, "Well, what do you mean? In my pocket?"
Oh yeah, he has a really cool little pouch.
I believe it. And where do all of your bodyguards sleep?
Oh, he doesn't sleep here.
He doesn't sleep in your pocket?
Oh no. It is crowded in my pocket.
Yep, I believe you.
Sorry, I missed that last bit. You froze. But yeah, let's go set up a camp nearby, guys, and we should keep
Okay.
an eye on these two, though. And try and
So-
find the third one.
Who is? Are you guarding? You set up watch or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I can take up
So-
the first watch.
Yeah, I transfer 4 hours, so I'll take whatever you want me to do.
Okay. So
It's
you
frozen again.
close up shop for the night. You, with your horses, you find a place nearby that you can rest in, maybe light a fire, and simply go to sleep. Now, in let's say Elithir's watch, you think it's around midnight. Basically, the hobgoblin was holding a torch for his employer, and at some point, Tarkus kind of drag himself to its full height, kind of stretches way back, closes his book, shoves it, a huge book, shoves it into a small pocket, and puts out from his pocket something that looks like an ember-like stone, places it on the ground. The stone sinks in and then explodes into a house, basically. Not a very big one. Tarkus unlocks the door, looks at the hobgoblin, says something to him. The hobgoblin simply bows, and then a ring of fire forms around the hobgoblin, and he goes up in flame and vanishes. Tarkus then enters his house, and you can hear the door locked.
But the house stays there?
Yes.
How do we get one of those?
And you wanted to go kill them all.
I do. I still do.
Yes.
How
Maybe in
much
10
time?
levels.
Yeah.
Levels don't matter when you sleep.
So you went to
Time is
sleep.
left on. Yeah.
No, you went to sleep early. So if you wake up your group now, it will be considered like a full night's sleep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wake everybody up fairly urgently and say we should go now.
Okay.
And I'll explain what happened. I mean, you guys will see the house, but
Yeah.
the other monk disappeared in a ring of fire, so there's still the one in the trees watching us, but I think we should go now.
Okay.
I want his house.
Okay.
By the end of this, can we find a way to get his house?
Like, you wanna steal his house. And why do everybody accuse me of being a thief? And you guys say, I want that, I want that.
Paladin, Mr. Forgar.
Yes. I'm gonna put a holy symbol on it. It'll be a portable church. Come on, that'll be
Treachery.
fantastic.
Okay. So
Never mind.
Elithir wakes you all up, and you are gathered just outside your camp, ready to go in. And we will see what happens next time.
Right on.
Okay.
Yeah, hope you
Okay.
feel better soon, Ido.
Yes, I also hear
take
the
care of
little
yourself.
one crying, so
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm cold. Duty cold.
Yes.
Okay, guys, thank you very, very much for showing up. And yes, in 2 weeks' time.
Right on.
See you
All
then.
right. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah,
guys.
have a great weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, you too.
See ya.
You.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.